Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I briefly wanted to say hello because I had a little errand to run here in Japan. It is summer here, of course. The rainy season that they have here is just over now, so the hot and heavy summer is starting right now. I just wanted to tell you guys, if you ever find yourself in that situation that you have to go out in the summer in Japan, try to do it in the early morning hours. It gets really hot here, and I can just tell you, I'm generally not used to that climate coming from Germany. It is over 30 degrees now, which is fine by me, but at the same time the air is saturated with water vapor. It is very humid here, and we have that a couple of days in Germany too, but then there is a thunderstorm and then the air is cleared again, so to speak. Here in Japan, the humidity just stays up all the time, and the only way to escape is to go up into the mountains actually. So when you're staying in lower altitudes near the ocean, it is always pretty much near saturation. And yeah, as I said, I'm not used to it. I once was practicing for a longer run, and I I should have gone maybe at between 5 and 6 in the morning. I went, because my sleeping pattern was also messed up, I went at 2 in the morning, and it was still pretty hot. And it is this weird situation. If you don't come from a very humid country, you probably don't know that, and you're not prepared for that. You are sweating, but your sweat doesn't really evaporate and it doesn't cool you because the air around you is already saturated. So your entire cooling mechanism doesn't work, and then you can get something like a heat stroke or something, right? And that is actually very dangerous. I was actually looking up the mortality rate, when we were confronted with this pandemic that we have this year, and I wanted to see how many people in European countries die every week during certain times of the year. And yes, we also have casualties, deaths, mortalities connected to heat stroke in the summer month, but that was minuscule. That was negligible compared to what we have because of the flu or because of this year's monstrosity from China. What I have to admit though is that in Japan this number is really much higher. So in Japan in the summer, more people die from the heat actually than from this disease from China. So this is really not a thing that you should take lightly. I'm just reminded of a road sign at the Grand Canyon in the US. It says "Heat can kill," and it shows a sweaty hiker in a little cartoon. Yeah, so heat, and especially moist heat, very humid and hot climates, they're not really made for outdoor activities unless you know exactly what you're doing and you're used to it. So yeah, I'm fine today because I know what I'm doing and I'm semi-used to it by now. But it is just this summer feeling from Japan that hits again. The really deafening noise of the cicadas, these not little insects, they're actually rather big insects, and they're creating a lot of noise. I found a spot now where it's bearable so I can record. But cicada noise, humidity, and heat, that is really the Japanese summer. And if you can enjoy some crushed ice, some kakigori with certain flavors, some fruit flavor maybe, or soda, or you have a beer on one of these rooftop beer gardens that are all closed now because of recent developments, of course. But for me, crushed ice does the trick too. I actually like it here, even in the summer, if I don't have to work mentally, intellectually, or outside. That is actually bearable, I think. Yeah, so this is my little heads up from Japan, and even though the rainy season is over, it looks like it's gonna rain soon, so I'm gonna head home now, and I wish you guys a pleasant day. Servus, Kameraden.